What's good, everybody? It's been a while. I know. I just been handling my business, taking a little time off from doing videos. But I mean, I got all types of stuff I can talk about. To be honest with you, but we got to talk about what's been going on in the NFL with with the running back situation, as well as obviously as you see with what I'm wearing right now. The situation with Saquon and the Giants. So this is going to be kind of an NFL video, but more or less a Giants video, which what I'm going to be doing a lot of moving forward going into football season. I'm going to do some NFL videos here and there, but come football season, for the most part, every week I'm going to do a Giants video. I'm gearing up for that right now, to where I'm gonna be doing a weekly video. Maybe actually I might be doing live streams on my on a live watch on whenever I watch a Giants game. I'm gonna be posting that live throughout the season, and then throughout the week I'm gonna do my reactions. I might do one or two videos on some reaction, maybe some football NFL stuff along with a Giants video. Just tapping in on you guys on my on just pretty much the state of my team, the state of my sanity. Depending on how the season goes. So it's going to be pretty interesting season coming up. I'm looking forward to it. So along with that, I'm gonna be doing a lot more other videos as well. I'll be doing a lot of different types of videos. I got a lot of content that I want to tap in on, but I'm just kind of taking a step back from it and kind of putting some thought into it, try to come up with some good ideas, try to come up with some better ways to make it look better, coming for the upcoming season, to kind of match my ambitious needs for this particular channel. So now we're gonna jump right into the situation with Saquon Barkley and the New York Giants. And before I get into that, to be honest with you, I want to talk about just the state of the running back position in the NFL. And just looking at the situation, it's kind of disrespectful, in my opinion. I think it's disrespectful to the position, and it doesn't make any sense why their running back position is being so devalued in this game. I get it that they're trying to use quarterbacks a little bit more. There's more dual threat quarterbacks in the NFL, so they can get a lot of teams are drafting quarterbacks that are dual threats that can pass and run. Whenever they need to, or even do designed runs in order to gain some yards that way, because it creates an advantage. When you have a quarterback running the ball, you're kind of playing 11 on 11 at that point, and if he's real dynamic, he can get some chunk yards and make some plays. But the running back position, in my opinion, is a staple. It's a staple position. All of our great players in the NFL, like when you look back on history, the running back position, had like some of the greatest players that ever played the game. You look back at Barry Sanders, LaDainian Tomlinson, Walter Payton, just the list goes on and on. Adrian Peterson, more recently, just all types of just great running backs. Emmitt Smith, he's the all-time leader in yards. It just doesn't make any sense. And you get like these, you see these running backs that actually like Josh Jacobs, who was the leading rusher last season. He's been consistent. He's been, for the most part, he's been durable. So he's, if anybody deserves a max deal, I think it's him. He should be getting money, but the Raiders don't even want to talk to him about a contract. So that's kind of crazy to me. So it's it is kind of a wild situation. And it's like I think in that tweet from Christian McCaffrey, when he was talking about the running back position has some of our best players in the league. That are getting disrespected. These are some of the best, not just in the position, but in the entire league. These are some of the top players, the people that be like, man, you're one of the best players in the league. A lot of people would agree with that, just based on what they do, based on the punishment they take. Because people are like, oh well, they need a offensive line to be effective. Like, no, man. I mean, you gotta, and then like the first 2 seconds of the snap, you gotta get that hold to get some room to run to get through, and then after that is between you, the rest of the DBs, whatever linebacker didn't blitz, the safeties. It's not going to be easy. You're not just going to just bust off 100-yard or big runs on every play. And that's what people were saying. Like, as if they gotta, like, the only way they're gonna get paid if they're just busting 10, 15-yard runs every play. They're making it seem like that's what it's gonna take for somebody to get paid as a running back. Based on how these contract situations have went with Josh Jacobs and Pollard out in Dallas. Because he didn't really get it, but he's hurt. So I mean, his situation is kind of like it makes sense that he just went ahead and signed his tag because he's recovering from an injury. So it makes sense. But I mean, you can look at Zeke. What I'm saying, he got all that money and then they just let him go. And now he's still looking for a place to go. What I'm saying, because his price is too high. If he would take a minimum deal or take less money, he'd probably be on a team right now. But he doesn't want. He wants to take less money. He doesn't want to devalue himself. Because that's what the situation is. These running backs don't want to devalue themselves. And to where that's why they're not you're not seeing, Dalvin Cook on a team yet. You don't see Zeke on a team yet. You got everybody's just kind of like looking. Everybody was kind of waiting for it pretty much yesterday when it was the last day to sign those franchise tags. And y'all notice why I haven't gotten to Saquon yet. And the reason why, because his situation is just a little bit different than the other situations. The thing about Saquon's situation is that we offered him deals. We gave him offers. We gave him an offer at the bye week. I think we gave him an offer right before the end of the season, or during around that time before the end of the season, or at the end of the season. We had discussions, and that wasn't enough. And that was right before Daniel Jones got his deal, because from my understanding was the plan was to franchise tag Daniel Jones and pay Saquon, his 13-14 mil right off the bat. Just get that out the way, and then we'll franchise tag Daniel Jones and give him a deal down the road, and try to keep him on at the franchise at that tag number, because I think it was like around 32 mil to tag him, so better than 40 mil. That made more sense for them, but he didn't want that deal, so we had to give Daniel Jones a deal because he pretty much trying to do business. And he compromised and gave us a $40 million deal when he could have probably got us for 50. And that's the thing about his deal, is that people be like, oh man, you guys are paying too much for an average quarterback. I mean, but you guys don't watch. That's how I know you guys don't watch Giants football. When you say stuff like that, that he's an average quarterback. People don't see the progression, and don't see how the fit of this offense and the coach in the scheme. It fits his play style, so he's gonna get better, throughout next year and the following years. I think this deal is going to be a steal in the next couple seasons. That's my opinion on Daniel Jones. Because he sold me last year on his play. He's a dual threat running back, or quarterback. So, you can't. You can't beat that. People from the outside looking in don't watch the tape. So that's what tells me they just watch the game whenever they play them, and they just base it off of that. But Giants fans, we know DJ got it, and we know DJ going to do his thing next year. So, but anyway, Saquon had his opportunities to sign a deal before yesterday, when he could have signed for anywhere between probably. I mean, I don't think the team could have offered him less than 12, between 12 and 14. I would say that's kind of the sweet spot that we were going to sign him at. But he didn't want the deal. He didn't want to make the deal. He wanted more money. He wanted to be up there with the Christian McCaffreys. You know what I'm saying? And the Alvin Kamara's. They hit the market a couple years ago when it was actually hot. To be a running back. That was it right there. And then we saw how those deals went south. With injuries and unavailability. Now teams are looking at it and then they see the Chiefs actually going to the Super Bowl with the running back by committee and doing it like that. And people are like, man, we don't need to be paying top dollar for a running back, like that. We don't really need a workhorse. We need just a specialist. We need somebody we need a running back that can run between the tackles. We need a running back that can catch out of the backfield. We need a running back that can, that's a third down back. Get a running back that's a little bit of both. That's a speed back. We can run gadget plays with. Saying that teams are gearing up towards that and paying less money than they would for one workhorse, that can do it all. So I think the NFL is trying to is going away from that, and it's a shame, what I'm saying, because Saquon, you could say he's a workhorse. He could be a little bit better in the passing game and in pass protection. You know what I'm saying? Those are probably his the things that he's decent at, but he's not elite. But he's a elite running back. You know what I'm saying? He's a home run running back. He's a running back that if he gets past the first level, he's busting it for 30 yards minimum. He's got to get past the first level. That's the thing with him. He's not gonna break every tackle, but if he gets past that first level, then he's going in. So it's going to be he's an elite running back, and I think he deserves to be on a deal. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a shame that we can't have him on a contract. I don't think it's good. It's good for either side. He should be on a deal, but because he doesn't want to sign the deal, because he feels like he's worth more money than what we're offering, and then we can't do business. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that Joe Shane held his ground and said, you know what, we offered you a deal multiple times, and we're going to offer you the same deal, and we're going to give you your guaranteed money. And this is just from my understanding, from everything I've been reading and everything I've been researching. Is that this is what transpired. But we'll see what comes out by the end of this. But he had his opportunities based on what what I've been reading, what the report's showing. He has opportunity to be secure in the deal. See, that's the problem with him right now, is that he is valuing the bottom line over security. He wants to maximize his talent, which is commendable, but he needs to read the market and see that you just want to be on the deal. Really, it's more important to have a deal in place than what the amount is. He should have said, I'll take whatever as long as I'm on a contract, and you guys are guaranteeing me some money. That's what he should be more worried about than saying, no, I'm not going to take it, and then now I'm going to play this game where I might not play. Maybe I'll play on a $10 million franchise tag, or maybe I won't play, just to prove a point. And to me, it don't make no sense on his part, and it's a shame. He should have just signed the deal, got his money. It ain't gonna. It wouldn't have reset the market, but it would have created some value for the running back position, because everybody would have seen him get a deal. That's what people don't understand, is that it's not about the money. It's about the fact that he didn't get a deal. These running backs need deals. And we offered him a deal, and he didn't want it. So nobody's like, you can't be mad. You can't be looking at the Giants like they did something wrong. Saquon didn't want the deal. He didn't want the money that we was offering for him. He didn't want to be a team player. He didn't want to be he didn't want to do. He didn't want to devalue himself. When in reality, him not getting a deal is devaluing himself. Is him. That's what it is. He devalued himself by not coming out of yesterday with a deal. If he came out of yesterday with a deal, I promise you, everybody would be looking at it like, okay, what I'm saying, somebody got a deal, got a running back on, that's actually on a contract, on a multi-year contract with guaranteed money, and now these other running backs can start getting paid. Because he didn't, now everybody's like, well, we can now that the market's set, now that these guys didn't get paid, now that Josh Jacobs didn't get paid, now that Saquon Barkley didn't get paid, now that Tony Pollard just signed off in his franchise tag, and he's a great player. What are we gonna do about these other guys? We're gonna try to get them at $5 million. We're gonna try to get Dalvin Cook. We're gonna try to get these other guys. We're gonna try to see what's gonna happen with Saquon, if they want to trade him or what. It's crazy. What I'm saying? He should have just signed that deal, and everything would have been set. I think just the market for the running back would have been fine if he just came out of it with a deal. Even though it wouldn't have been the money that he wanted, it would have been a deal. So I don't see him getting that money anywhere else at this point. Because he didn't sign that deal. I feel as if next year, unless now he's in a situation where even if he does play, he's playing on a showcase deal. What I'm saying? He's playing on a showcase franchise tag where he has to play all 17 games, or all 16 or 17 games and ball out. When he could have just had some security at less money, a couple mil less security with a secure deal in case something happens. Then he can, that'll be our problem. That'll be the organization's problem. We paid him, you know. We paid him, and he got hurt, but he got his money. He did good business with us. I wouldn't be tripping on that personally. I'd be like, that's just part of the game. But he decided he didn't want to take the deal. Now say he plays throughout this whole season, and something happens. Now we're gonna look good. Like, oh yeah, see they. Now they don't have to pay him, but now, well, what about him? As far as a player, is he going to be able to get another deal? If anything happens, depending on the situation, that's what I'd be thinking about. Because he's a great player, and I don't want to see him get into a situation like that. But I think that he has to think about that before he thinks about just a couple mil that he might be missing out on. Because we all taking, literally, we all, like everybody in the world taking a loss here and there. You know what I'm saying? I understand a couple mil's a lot of money. Don't get it twisted, but for the sake of security, sometimes you gotta take a little bit less. And that's kind of how I felt about this situation. I would have liked for him to get more. I would have liked for us to have more money to offer him to where we can give him more money. But we gotta be cost conscious at this point. We gotta pay Andrew Thomas. We gotta pay. All types of other guys. We got to pay some of the up and coming guys that we got coming into this season. So Andrew Thomas is the big one. Is that we got to pay him. And we can't be without a left tackle. So we got to watch with our money, because we're gonna have a lot of money next year. To pay. And get guys right. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, if Saquon does play, he plays a healthy 16-game season, ball out, help us get to a Super Bowl, we win it. You know what I'm saying? And then we can pay him whatever he wants. He can come in screaming and talking about, you gotta pay me 18 mil now. You know what I'm saying? If you get us a Super Bowl, absolutely. Shit, we'll take that. We'll take that hit. You know what I'm saying? If you come through with in the season with that, but I don't know. It's just it's a messed up situation in my opinion. We could have figured it out, but like Saquon said, it is what it is. We'll see what he wants to do. Does he want to protect his body and go into next year on another franchise tag so we can play this game, or just play the season out? And hopefully he does historical things, because I know he has that. I know I'm waiting for that season. He hadn't had that season yet. Everybody thought first season was great. I think he got a season in him where he's gonna really set the NFL on fire. And maybe it's this season. Maybe he comes in with a chip on his shoulder and sets the world on fire. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. That's the best case scenario at this point. Is that if we get like a historical season from Saquon, and we go far in the season. And then after that, he can do whatever he wants. He did what he had to do, and I wouldn't even franchise tag him. I'd be like, man, you either re-sign with us or you can go. You're free to go. So we'll see how it goes. But it's just disappointing. Because it's more so about the market of the running back position itself, and not necessarily the player. There's just positions getting devalued. Wide receivers are getting paid, quarterbacks are getting paid. You see quarterbacks getting crazy money now. Now they can't pay the running backs because these quarterbacks are getting so much money. That's what the problem is. The other positions are getting paid more, so they gotta say we gotta recoup this money somewhere. We gotta devalue one of these positions, and it's running back. Even though it's just one of the positions that take the most punishment on the field on a down-to-down basis. So it is what it is. Hopefully, it gets worked out. Hopefully, the running back makes some noise this year and reclaim their value. Because they're definitely a needed position, especially in the cold, especially in the winter time. When the ball gets slicker, you need a running back on the field. You need a running back to take those tough carries and do those tough yards, and you need a running back that is that's just elite. There's nothing like seeing an elite running back run the football and you being able to give it to him like every down, and he's just getting positive yards. I feel like the NFL is going away from just the physical style of the game. You know, these are the little signs that I'm looking at that's telling me that the NFL is going away from going away from physical football. So, you know, we'll see how it goes, man. I'm getting kind of, I'm looking at the NFL seasons, saying, I'm saying hopefully they don't, take away from the game too much. So anyway, and now I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I said, I'm gonna do more Giants content. Throughout the I'm starting in training camp. I'm probably gonna chill for a minute. I might do probably gonna do another video on the fight for next week. I'm gonna do a fight and also just a PSA announcement in regards to the fight. I said that I was planning on going to Vegas on my last video. That, or a video before that. I don't know. I don't remember when. It was a while ago that I said I was gonna go to Vegas for the fight. But I looked at it. I was like, I had a hotel room booked. I was about to get the plane ticket. I was about to pull the trigger on the plane ticket. But then I thought about it and I said, you know what? I've been to Vegas like 5 times. The fight would be dope to go to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm past on Vegas. I'm cool on being out there. It's too hot, and I'm good. I want to save my chips for going to New York for my birthday. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm due for a trip to New York. I haven't really been in the city like that. You know what I'm saying? I've been through it, but I've never been actually visiting the city. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a Giants fan. I've been a Giants fan most of my life, and I've never been like ingratiated in New York and been to go to a game. So that's kind of my plan right now. Is I'm going to New York for my birthday. So I'm gonna save my chips for that and do it real big for the Giants this year. Because I think we're gonna have a good season despite the distraction that we're probably gonna have with Saquon being out of the picture. Unless he mans up and plays on his franchise tag, which I don't wish that on him. I don't wish that for him. I wish he was on a safety deal where he got his money. He's happy. Everybody's going into the season happy with bad intentions in mind, because we gotta play better than we did last year. We gotta do way better. We gotta elevate. We can't go down. NFL season is always tough, but we can't go. We can't go south. When we move and trending in the right direction. We can't let. Hopefully, this situation with the running back position doesn't leak over into the season. I hope it all gets smoothed out in training camp and we do big things and win some football games for this next season. But yeah, but regardless of that, I'm going in. I'm gonna approach the season tough. I'm gonna approach the season throughout. I'm gonna do all my videos. I'm gonna try to do every game. So it's gonna be lit. Hopefully I can do my birthday game live on set. So it's gonna be dope, man. I'm looking forward to this season. Regardless. So we'll see how things go as this unfolds. So, but anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna be doing more content. I'm doing more videos besides Giants content. I'm doing NFL content. I'm gonna do boxing. I'm gonna do whatever. Whatever. Current events. I'm trying to do some funny ones, try to get a little bit more energy, more animation, some more wildness, that y'all want, just the entertainment factor, so I got plenty of videos, and topics I need to talk about, on in regards to that. So I'm looking forward to doing some big things. So I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your night. Hit me up, use all the all my information on the platform. So if you want to talk to me about, leave some comments, talk to me about the situation and hit me up. I'm right here. You guys, appreciate you guys for tapping in with me, and I'm out. Peace.